Welcome back everyone to the channel and welcome back to Planet Crafter. Been a while since we've played this one, and Planet Crafter has just dropped a new DLC called Toxicity, and we're going to be giving it a try. So we're going to do, I think I'll do a standard one. I was thinking about doing it an hard, but I don't know anything about this. I don't know where anything needs any resources. So yeah, we'll do it on a standard and we'll call it Toxicity. Call it Toxic 1. It's my first playthrough, and yeah, we'll just do it on the standard mode. And let's load in. Okay, so we've got a bit of a green starter on this one. Normally it's like orangey in the background. It's nice to see a little bit different with the beginning intro. And as you see, everything is green. Let's just give the game a second to stabilize. Get used to the controls again, because it's been about maybe 6-9 months since I played this. So the first things we're going to be wanting to do is get an oxygen tank. So we need cobalt, iron and magnesium, and we need some iron for a backpack. 2 cobalt, a magnesium and 3 iron. We also need to pay attention because this is all the food I've got. So unless I can find some in crates, I need to get oxygen started very, very soon. Otherwise I've got no food to eat. Let's just turn on the sprint. It's going to be a little better while we've got very low oxygen at the moment. Pick up random stuff. I think I needed about 3 iron. Okay, that's a toxic zone I don't want to go into yet. We'll discuss more about that soon. There's the cobalt. I don't think I've found any magnesium. Just watching my oxygen in the bottom left. I think if we grab these 2 iron, I've got still enough time to get back to the cab, and that should be most of the stuff we need. So at the moment our oxygen is only 100. So immediately we want to build that as a priority. And can we build the backpack? Perfect. So let's go and get those equipped. So we've got 4 extra slots already, and our oxygen has now gone up to 145. Not a massive boost, but better than nothing. So I'm just looking at what it needs. It needs a construction chip next. So I need 2 more magnesium and a silicon. And we also need power, so we need iron. And I want to get the deconstruction as well. So magnesium times 3 and a silicon at least. Let's go in a different direction. We'll come back and pick up these mushroom stuffs in a minute. So there's number 1. That's number 2. And there's the number 3. So could do again some iron because I'm going to need power. And that's the silicon I needed. Perfect. And we're also going to need to get the terraformation going. I would like to find a crate pretty soon. Let's pick up some ice as well, because that's going to be a source of water. Now we are going to be playing this pretty much like a standard game at the very start. And dipping into the toxic stuff as soon as we've got a little bit of the basic stuff done. So we need the construction chip. Can I do the deconstruction as well? No, I was missing the silicon. Let's go and try and find one. Go into a different direction. So that's iron, which is going to be very useful. So I'm going to pick it up, and that looks like silicon. Any more iron? And I want to pick up some titanium because I want to get at least 1 drill down. 1, the missions up in the top left asks for us. Okay, we're full. Let's go back. And 2, I do need to get that terraformation going. So let's get the deconstruction. And let's get those 2 equipped. So we need to build a little mini base. So a mini base is 2, 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron spare. So let's go and get some. Did I have a spare titanium? I did. Okay. So we'll just build some stuff here. Okay. I lost the key for construction. It wasn't bounded where I like it to be bound. Okay, so let's get 1 drill down. And then we need some power to work it. I think I have enough to do at least 3 of these. Let's have a look in the inventory. So we've got our 2, we've got our 3. We can get 1 more power up. going to be very useful until we can get the second tier power stuff. Is there anything I want to put away? Well, we can put the ice away for the moment. We want to carry an oxygen with us. Water I'm okay and food at the moment. We'll come back here pretty soon. So I need 1 silicon. Now we have a deconstruction now. So we can pop into the toxic. So at the bottom you'll see we're losing 1 a second. When we start deconstructing this stuff, it will start going down until it's clear. I think I needed a silicon. If I'm still in the toxic area, when that bar gets to 0, I'll start taking health damage, which is not good at the very start because that means food. And that's the one thing we need to find some chests, basically. So what did I grab? Okay, so let's just put you into there for the moment. So we have enough for our little hut. And I think that's where I'm going to go first. Put down a nut. I don't need that right now. I will take a water of food with me. Mushroom can go away. So we've got a couple of bits of mushrooms in there. We will come to doing that in a minute. But I need to set up a little base outpost. Where do I want to set one? This is our first area to clear. I want to put this. I don't think you can put it in the area, so you say it doesn't allow us to. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to just put it up on the hill here. And the next thing I want to be building is a T2 craft station, so I need iron and silicon. There is, actually, let's go back into here a second. There is a new mechanic in this where there's piles of scrap, what gives you random resources. And you tend to find around by rocks like there. So when I'm mining the one on the floor, I'll take the silicon because I do need it. When you're mining one on the floor, it gives you 1. These can give you multiple. Construction and deconstruction I've got. Oh, wait there. I've got a... I forgot all the mechanics. So I've got 2 pieces from that. 2 pieces. It's going to give me random stuff. But random stuff is even useful this early in the game. I did forget I had to change my multi-tool to deconstruction mode. Like I said, it's been a bit of a while since I've played this, so I'm a little bit on the rusty side. We won't use the water until we desperately need to, and hopefully we picked up enough to be able to get a container and a T2 crafting station. And then the next thing I do want to do is try and find some boxes. Because as soon as I can get a box with seeds and flowers, then I will start building like the veggie tubes. Yeah, I've got an iron container. Can I get 2 down? Nice. We'll just dump some basic resources into here. And then we'll go out looting again. Water we're going to need soon, so we'll need to collect some of that. What's our next big thing in the crafting station? So we can do T2, so I want to pick up cobalt, iron. No, that's T1 still. We need the exoskeleton. So titanium, silicon, and magnesium. That's our priority. And luckily enough, I did manage to pick up the stuff I need. Because otherwise, we're not going to have enough room on here. So I need to take one of these off. Put the exoskeleton on. It gives me 4 extra slots. So we've gained 3 slots by using the exoskeleton. Anything else I'm missing? I haven't got a torch. Don't think that's really that important at the moment. Okay, so we go to the next crafting station, which is one of the new ones. So I need something like that. So I need toxic spores. I think this is the one I want, but unfortunately we've got no pinning chip at the moment. Couple of titanium, couple of iron, toxic, and a mushroom. I know I've got the mushroom and the toxic at the other. There's an iron, there's a titanium. So we need some more iron and some more titanium. Can we come down here and deconstruction of this goo stuff? So at the moment it's down for 1. Okay, no, I haven't got the goo cleaner. It's a different microchip. Let's come out to the toxic area. I'm just looking around for some resources that's going to help me out. I think it was iron and titanium we needed. And let's just pick whatever else we can while we're out here. I do want to pick up some ice. Only the first warning on the water. I'll wait for it to drop a little lower. And then we needed a mushroom and a toxic goo. And we did have some basic stuff in there, so let's take that stuff out. Okay, we are getting notices from messages, but unfortunately, if you look on there, we've got no message screen at the moment, so I don't know why I'm getting those so early in the game. Okay, let's get the next crafting one down, which is going to be you, which we're going to want you outside. See if we can put you on a bit more of a level surface. Actually, no, I can't put it there. It's going to have to be here. And what this is going to do is turn certain items into other items. We've got a couple of toxic there. We'll get them changed and it's going to give us whatever that yellow vial is. Okay, water needs to get used. Not quite ready yet on the food, because that's only going to give us 40%. We're probably about 35 if I had to hazard a guess. So the next thing I want to do is build the next machine here. So I need a toxic spore and a silicon. Well, I'll take that toxic spore back out. Do we have a silicon in the chest so I can build that? Nothing in that one. Yes, we do. So we got quite lucky with what we needed. So the next one I want is a new crafting station. Bit of a big boy this one is. You can sort of get it to glitch into the wall. I think that will do. So what can we craft in here? So this is where we can get the goo cleaner. So we need another toxic spore. Let's pop back down to the lake and clear up some more of this goo. So the way it works is the more populated it is, the bigger. So at the moment we're still taking... Oh, actually, I still haven't got it. So it's this stuff all I need. So yeah, once you clean these, it's going to get rid of a percent. So it'll go from like 1 per second to 0.9 down to 0.8. Okay, it's too sensitive on there. I'm just trying to get this. Okay, that will have to do. And eventually, once you've got rid of all the items, there is, I think it's the toxic information one that tells you exactly how many pieces of goo you've got to do. So the one we need is that one. So now we can start cleaning up the goo and get a new resource. And what was the second one? So I need microplastics and the yellow stuff, which the machine's going to give me. What was microplastics? So let's just get ourselves familiar. The microplastics, I'm going to need the toxic goo stuff. So let's go back for toxic goo. While we're at it. Perfect. I'm not wasting the food because I don't have much of it. A bit early with the storms, a bit weird, a bit red that storm was as well. Let's see if we can get rid of it now. It does take a while. I'm hoping the mining speed affects this, but I don't know. So as you see, we're already down to 0.8. That probably means there's about 10, 11 pieces of glue in here we need to clear up. There is items you can craft later where you can stay in the toxic area longer, because sometimes you're going to come across... No, that's nothing. Sometimes you're going to be coming across areas that's got like, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 pieces of toxic in there. Now, storms are not a bad idea because at the moment we haven't seen any aluminium on the floor, but we haven't really explored too far. So let's see. So what do we need? We need 2 microplastics. I can't get my words out. So we'll put the toxic goo at the front because that's where the microplastics are coming from, and then we'll put the other stuff at the back. Now we can craft another water with that ice we've got on us. I do want to collect some ice because I'm going to need it, but we need to find some chests. So where do I want to go now? What have I got on me? I've just got water and oxygen. I don't need food to be carrying on me. I could do with terraformation going up. Oh, T2 backpack. That's going to be immediately. Give me more space. Iron, silicon, titanium. Okay, we've got no silicon. We've got no iron. So we're going to go back down to the bottom here. It is a bit dark in this starting area. It's nowhere near as dark as Umber was. We want to get the rest of this scrap. Magnesium and iron. So we've got our iron and we've got our silicon now. But I do like this mechanic. Clearing up rubbish on the floor. Okay, looks like we didn't have enough room to fit all that. Let's run back up to our little base thing. And I do want to extend my base. That one ab is not going to last me too long with how big some of these machines are. There is an ice down there as well. So let's go back onto construct. Don't accidentally deconstruct anything. Oh, my inventory is full. Okay, backpack. And we got T2 oxygen. I think the T2 oxygen is more important than the backpack immediately. But we have enough to do both, so that's nice. So another row. And our oxygen is now up to 200. So I feel a little more comfortable. We're not playing it on any sort of hard mode. So I'm going to take that titanium and put a couple of more drills down. I want to get my TI up a little bit. If the power goes out... Can I actually do any more? Yeah, I can do a wind turbine. That's good. And these are going to be coming up very soon, so I'm not worried about being too particular with it. Now, it does cap on this one with how much power you can do based on how much purity you've got. So I've got to get into that mechanic. It's not. So I'd see if the microplastics are done. Add them in this chest. Yep, we've got 2 microplastics and we've got that one. Perfect. So we can do the... What's that? What's it called? Oh, there. Toxic area information. And we've got enough space to equip it. So let's get that on. Put anything we don't need away. You can go away. We haven't got much of a spare resources at the moment. Purification capsules, it says there, allows you to stop in the area longer in toxic areas. We don't need it right this second. And the next thing we'll be wanting is this. So we need to make plastic polymers. So 2 toxins and a microplastic each. So let's go and do that. Got just enough resources to do both those. And you can hold control to craft multiple. I do keep forgetting. It's a little hard to stretch over to that key at the moment with some issues I've got in my hand. So for this here, we've got them 2. We need to grab a silicon and 3 purification capsules, which needs a lot of resources. Purified water we get by putting this thing down. So that'll be the next thing I want to build, but we need to clear that area of toxicity first. We could also do with getting the screen down. Plastic polymers. What was that from? Actually, we've got one crafted in here. We'll just use this. That screen's going to be very useful. Mushroom is in the little capsule at the side. Over in here. We've still got our oxygen. I think I will grab a water and a food on me. We'll take the ice through, make another water bottle. Actually, no, we'll store that ice because I'm going to need it to do a veggie tube pretty soon. Okay, so what was we doing? It was the screen, wasn't it? Yeah, I need one of these dioxide. So what does that come from? That comes from the goo. Yes, it started to do it now. But there's not much of a resource in here. So this works very similar to the rock crushers on Humble, to be honest. It does remind me of that. Wrong menu again. It's going to happen in a while. And let's get the screen down. So we've got a living compartment so we can put glass in. Not a big priority right at this moment. And I think I want to get some of the other screens, like the power screen, down especially. So iron, silicon, magnesium. Have we got nothing here? No. Got nothing at all. Let's pop down to our little pile and let's get the rest of that resources down there. See if we can see any chests. Did drop a couple of resources on the floor, so let's pick them up. Should be able to collect all this. Perfect. How much space have we got now? We've just got one space left. Probably something like an iron. Well, silicon will do. We just got to make a lot of these little short trips out. Yeah, another message come through, but yeah, that's going to be a little while. But at least we've got some TI going. And I think these machines as well. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. I thought one of these machines might have done some terraformation as well. So what do we want to build? Well, we've got none of those red ones yet. We need to find some chests. We'll put some more drills down. Anything else? I think another container would just probably going to be the best idea. Hydration. We'll wait for the second warning. Ah, you might not be able to go there because of the ice on the floor. And of course, my inventory is full. Just drop one piece of iron out. I really have got that machine in a terrible place. Okay. I've got my base in an absolutely terrible place. So I'm going to have an entranceway. Can we do two? No, I need more iron and titanium. So we'll have to have like a little entranceway and then we'll do like a T-junction up here. Well, we do have an iron there. What was I missing for the ab? Just a titanium. I should be able to find a titanium pretty easy. How many spaces? I've got 3, so I could pick up some iron if I see it. Titanium I've got to take back. And there's another pile of scrap over here, so that's great. Another pile of mushroom things there. And I still haven't found that titanium. Is that a titanium there? It looks like it. Okay, water's going to shout at me in a minute. So let's just use that. And I've got one space left. Let's just pick up a magnesium. You don't tend to need too much magnesium, really. But the one thing we desperately want to be doing is finding crates. Yeah, let's put another little lab onto that side. Is it going to be easier doing it from outside? Oh, this game really hates me. I've just got it slightly too low. Okay, that base will have to do for the moment. We will put supports and stuff on later, but right at the moment, that's not the biggest priority. Let's get some of these resources away we don't need. I am tempted to do this, even though I can't actually use them at the moment. Put you all the way down the back here. We will be finding seeds at some point. So I needed another ice. Let's try and build 2 of them up. And I need one more iron, which I probably haven't got if I had to guess. No, I've got one piece of iron there. Brilliant. We can upgrade the solar panels from the iron. So I need to add 2 cobalt and a silicon. And we can change all these over to that. If we get any power issues. We do have a good amount of cobalt. And we have a good amount of silicon. So let me just go and upgrade some of them panels. So I can upgrade 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Food's not quite where I need it to do yet. And I am looking around to see if any of these lands near. Because I would like to find some aluminium early. It's going to really help us out. Okay, you're a bit in the distance. You're a bit too far to go for. Just making sure I don't get hit by them because it will be a waste in food. Okay, so you've processed everything you've got. We've got a little bit of stuff, so we need to go and clear up some more gunk. We need to get some seeds, so I need some boxes. And let's go and do them solar panels. So we're going to need iron. So let's deconstruct 3. We'll temporarily shut my power off, but that's fine because we're going to be putting 3 of these up. And our power is going to be in a much better position. Did we put the screen? No, we didn't. We did go out to get the power. Iron, silicon, magnesium. Well, I've got silicon and magnesium there. I'm just going to take one of the... Just so I can get that screen up, I'm going to deconstruct one of these. We've replaced them with much better powers. So the original power was only 1.2. These are 6.5. So over 5 times better. Let's get that screen up now, and then we can see exactly how much power we're dealing with. 15 power, so we're really good on power at the moment. We're not doing great on terraformation. I need to find crates. So I think I want to try and do the rest of this toxic area. I think sometimes you can find crates underneath the toxic stuff. Let's change to deconstruction. And it would be nice if I can clear most of that quest up in the top left in this episode. And once you're finished with an area, you get like this little bubble thing that comes round so you know you're done. So now we're down to 0.4. There's the chest underneath. 0.3. If we're quick, we can do this without taking any damage. But my mining speed is terrible at the moment with this gun. There it is. So we're no longer going to take toxic damage here. And let's pick up a couple of those. And then I want to go and have a look in the chest. So I'm looking for an iridium. So I can build an eater or 2. Okay, we got 2 seeds. That's just as good. Titanium's more important. And we can get an iron from the container as well. So, yeah, we're no longer taking toxic damage here. There's another chest over there we'll come back for in a minute. Need to go and get oxygen. We're right on our limit at the moment. And I'd rather not use the oxygen canisters. They're not that hard to make. I think it was 2 cobalt. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, 2 cobalt. Have we got any new technology in here? No, we've got the XO1, we've got the 2, we've got the 2. So that's all we can do. We can get a blueprint screen down as well, which is iron and silicon, which we haven't got. Let's put these resources into... No, I don't want to label up the chest. I just want to get these in. I think I want to keep 2 back of each, just in case we need any of the basic stuff. Do we need any of the basic stuff for any of this crafting? No, it's all advanced. Now we'll put it away. Toxic stuff's not going to be that hard to find. Let me access the chest. Okay. Yeah, let's put it all away and let it start processing in the background while we're doing other stuff. Anything else in here? So we was doing that one. We can get the light thing down now. So that's the next thing I want to do is this. 2 microplastics, and we've already got the mushroom on us. There's 1. Just make sure I've got the stuff yet. These are going to turn into microplastics, so I just need to hang on a couple of seconds. There was a chest just over here. And we can use our food now as well. And it was nice we picked up an extra food. There it is in front of me. So I would like to get an eater down and start getting some eating. And I would like to get the big screen down if we've got access to that as well. Ooh, explosives this early. Yep, we've got the iridium and we've got a seed. I would like to find a second seed. And that's the purified water that comes out of the lake. Aluminium. Fantastic. A lot of good resources in there. Aluminiums we're going to need when we get up to solar panel 2s. We're going to need them for food growers. And there's a lot of other technologies that need aluminium as well. So first things we want to do is start putting a seed in there. I don't know if that actually does anything. Oh, apparently it does. So if you look on this one here, it's got no oxygen. Even with a lerma in there, it's got 0.15. So it's a very small amount. But it's better than nothing. Okay, any of those screens can we do yet? Have we got a spare silicon? I think we do. Yes, perfect. Oh no, this is the big one for the wall. Don't know why the game's just being a bit funny with that. Okay, so we'll put that up and we can start seeing our terraformation. 1.54, which we could see in the top right. We've got no heat, so we did pick up an iridium. We'll need another silicon, and then we can build one of them. Okay, no silicon here, so let's put the stuff away I don't need on me immediately. Let's see if that microplastic's done. It is perfect. Have I got everything to do the... Yes. It might even be a good idea to chuck 2 of these down. And I would like to collect some ice before we get too much. Yeah, we can go in there. It's going to be collecting this toxic water, which we then purify in that machine. I'm not certain if we need 2 of them. Do we have T2 drills yet? No, because we've barely done anything. I need a blueprint screen down, which is that one there. So I need another silicon, which I think I've used them all now. Put all this resources away. Put the seeds away for now. Foods I'm going to need soon. I need to pick up another water. We can drink these, but I'll leave them purified water at the moment. It doesn't give a full bar like these do. So yeah, we've only got 1 water, so I need to pick up ice. And I need to pick up chests. Now, in a DLC, sometimes it's good not to take the chests up, because if in case there's an update, sometimes they refill the chests. I'm not gonna bother with this one. I'm just gonna take the chest down, so I know if I see one, I've already done it. Hydration level. Okay, so that's only the first warning, so we're good. Just looking around for chests mainly, and I'm not seeing anything. So we just collect the ice, and silicon I think was another one we needed a lot of. And it's never a bad thing to collect iron. I do want to start getting some outposts down. Just so I can keep going further and further. How much space do we have? I should be able to deconstruct 2 of these. And I might be able to get a silicon. No. No, I don't think I got what I needed. That's deconstruction. At least I've got a space. Yes, perfect. There's a silicon. And I need to go back because the oxygen's nearly out. Do forget in the early game without jetpacks and without any sort of speed boosts. So it's a lot slower start with the terraformation on this one because you're trying to do all the toxic stuff. But we made it there on time and we can have the water. Let's put the ice into this side. That's going to be very useful at some point. I think we could chuck down a couple of more drills. And if we desperately need any iron and titanium, we can come and just take the resources out of them. We'll just keep it as like a buffer without storing it in a box. Okay, let's see if we can get that screen done now. Blueprint screen. And this is what's going to give us all the unlocks. So we've got the T1. So T3 backpacks is going to be coming up in about half a KTI. Oxygen, we've barely started. That's where we're going to get the food growers here. So we do need to pump that up. And it would give us access to the T2 eaters. But we need a good source of iridium. And I have no idea where that is. T2 Vedi tubes is just going to be an upgrade. But we need EAT. I thought we put an EAT down. No. Okay. So that's got to be our priority. Iridium and silicon. I think I went out for the silicon, didn't I? And I didn't find it. Let's keep that on me. Let's go and get some silicon. I'm trying to go in different directions all the time. And I will pick up enough just in case I want to drop a nut over this side, which is 3 iron, 2 titanium and a silicon. So we need quite a bit of silicon at the moment. I would like to have a nut somewhere over this side. Okay, how much have I got? 4 spaces. Sorry, 4 of these I can do. I'm hoping for a silicon. No. Okay, so I'm going to need to find silicon on the floor. Just watching my oxygen. Because I need a lot of silicon, I would like to try and find 2 with that last couple of spaces we've got. Brilliant. I think I'm going to drop a nut over here. There's another toxic area by the looks of it there. So if we drop one on top of the hill here. And then we can look around here for chests. Maybe this is a better base location because my first one is just in a terrible location. Okay, it doesn't like to go where I want it to because we're on a nil. That's fine. We can top up our oxygen. If I've got enough, I want to put a T2 craft in. But I might need to find another silicon for the job I wanted. Okay, sorry about that. I just went into a coughing fit. T3 backpacks, very nice. We need the 2 aluminium. We've only found 1. That's another reason we need to find chests. Do we have a silicon? We have 1 on us. But I would like to find more. But yeah, chests are a bit hard. In the starting area, you normally get quite a bit of it. Because silicon's been a bit of a problem to us, let's go and collect as much as we can. We do need to go back over to our hut at some point. Yeah, I'm just not finding any chests around here. But that looks like the next toxic area to go and do. Don't want to drop too much because you can take full damage. How are we doing with space? We've got 1 space left. And then we've got a load of stuff down here we can get as well, resources out of. I think I'm probably closer to this chest, this cabin over here. Let's just craft anything. Always go back with your full bag if you can. And then there's some more scrap I've just passed on my right there. So I would like that toxin filter next. Do we have access to the toxin filter? Yeah, that was the one we was trying to get to. Purification. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We was doing the eater, so let's get that down. Put them all the way down the back here, it's out of our way. We will upgrade them pretty soon, so at least now, you have a look on there, we're starting to do some eat at least. It's not going to be a massive amount. So the next thing we want is a bigger backpack, which we can't do because we've got no aluminium. So yeah, we're a little stuck on everything. We haven't done the torch yet. We do have a space we can put the torch on, but I'm going to need a toxin filter. And we're not going into major dark places. We're still 11 on power, so we're pretty good there. Is there anything under pressure I'd want to get? Yes, we could push up a couple of pressure drills to be able to get T2 drills. So I think I'm going to do that with the iron and cobalt I got on me. And then upgrade all these to T2. I don't think the T2 needed the aluminium. I think it was the T3. That should get us that pretty quick. And I do need to clear a bit of space because I want to go down and clear my water out. Let's put all this away. Don't think I need the explosive right at the moment, so I'm going to put that away. And I need to get the water. We'll use all this water out of here first before I start crafting more. Food, we can eat one of these. And we've still got our oxygen. We've done pretty good on that. I haven't had to use it. Okay, in that case, I'll keep that on me and put that away. Just want to go and empty that water out. Would it be good to put a second water down? I think it might. So 2 of those and 1 of those, I think it is, isn't it? No, it was a mushroom. Did I have a spare mushroom in here, or have we used them all? We've used them all. I think... Oh, I lost my cursor. I think there was a mushroom down the back here we've seen. There it is. Perfect, and we'll come back and do the T2 drills as soon as I've emptied the water. Put a second water container down here. And then we'll go over and collect that resources. It's not going to be too organised at the moment. We're just going to do enough just to try and get what we need to survive. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. 5 of those, we can go and shove them for the machine. Do need to make sure we're clearing out that machine though. So I am going to need to put a new chest down in a minute. Which I'll probably end up doing first. Yeah, all this toxic water has to be purified, and then that will allow us to craft what we need. And I need 5 spaces. So if I take the 3 microplastics out of here, that gives more than enough space for the stuff to be purified. Okay, have we got an iron on us for another? I would really like to get to T2 chests. I feel a lot more comfortable when we get those. I forgot where they unlock, to be honest. So anything with these sort of new resource, I'm going to keep in this one here. Just so it's easier to find the newer stuff. And you would come out of there as well. Okay, just going to remind myself. Just watching the time, I don't want to be too long with the episode, and I won't be doing many cuts in this one. So that's the one we want. We want 3 purification capsules. Each purification takes a purified water, toxic, and a... Okay, that's nice. We've got most of this stuff in here. Think I can craft all 3 purifications I need. And then we need the 2 plastic polymers and a silicon. So we've got 1 plastic polymer there. I will memorise the recipes at some point, but that's not yet. 2 toxins and a microplastic. And then the last one is a silicon. Please say I've got 1 spare somewhere. Brilliant. What is it saying I'm missing? A plastic polymer. I didn't pick up the spare one. I had a warning about something. Water again. Have I got a water on me to use yet? I've got one up at the top there. And there it is. We've got a toxic filter, and that's going to take up the last spot until we can get the T2 exoskeleton. And where is that from? Like I say, I'm a bit out of practice there, so I need to push eat a lot more, but we've got no iridium. Also, the beacon could be useful. Progression screen, we need to clear out the quest in the top left. So he's telling us to craft an atmosphere purifier, which is this one here. So I need 3 more purification capsules. Probably need to go and do another toxic run. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more of these resources, so... Actually, I think I might have enough to do it. So, another mushroom and 2 plastics. So, microplastics I don't think I've got at the moment. Oh no, I have. I've got 2 microplastics there. I need some more of this toxic. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this machine would have processed everything now, so I need to go and get some more toxic goo. I think I'm just a mushroom short. Just making sure I haven't got a mushroom in any of these. No. So yeah, 1 mushroom short. And I think I did see a mushroom down in this part. Okay, hydration's critical. Good job it just did that louder beep because I did forget about it. Let's collect some of this toxic and stuff around here. Let's do the toxic stuff first. I'm going to need that for the machine at the top. Probably don't need two of them. I can take one of them down once we get over this immediate ump. I'm looking for anything I can break down, especially mushrooms. I swear I've seen one over this side. There. Okay, inventory's full. That was a nice little trip. We got the mushroom we wanted. Not too bad. We're up to 5 KTI. It's way lower. I do want to upgrade the T2 drills before I call it an episode on this one. And I've got no space to pick anything up. Now, where does the purifier go? But yeah, I really don't like where this base is. Let's put you... Being as though I can't put anything in this space here. Let's put you there and see what you do. Okay, so you take some energy and you give a +7 on the purification index. Which I'm guessing is this one here. So we are building some of that now. So I'm happy with that. Good progress. We need to chuck all this stuff in the machine. Let's put 2 of those in. And we'll put a batch of those and then those at the end. And then let's have a look at what we need for the T2 drills. So we just need an extra titanium to upgrade them. And how much extra power would it take? 4.5 energy for each one. So we could probably only do 2 if we're lucky. There's 1 titanium. Well, I can upgrade 1 immediately. We could just take down 2. Because if we have a look at it, the T1 drill only does 0.2 pressure. This does 1.5, so it's like 7 times better. So we could take the T1 drills down. I take 3 of these down and then I should have more than enough to be able to build at least 2 of these now. And then we'll just take down whatever we... just to get power running again. Should have looked at the screen first, but we can see our numbers are moving. Yeah, 3.6 now, nanopascals. And we managed to get quite a bit of the iron and titanium back. So we're right on the power at the moment, so we need some more of these. So we've got 2 cobalt there. We can take an iron, a silicon, put the titanium away, and we can get 1 more power up. That might be able to let me get 1 more T2 drill. Yeah, 1 more T2 drill. And how much power would I need to get the last one up? I would need another 2 power. So I would have to go after more cobalt. We can eat that food now. So we're going to need to pick up more food and more water because we haven't got any on us. Got no water there, but we have got the ice. In here. Ready? Need to pick up more ice in the next episode, definitely. So, we're doing pretty good. Up to 7.39. We've managed to get a lot of the new technology down. We've got everything we can out of this machine at the moment until new stuff unlocks, which would be under the toxicity. So what do we need? We need to be up to 5. So we're nearly at there now. So the purification is 4.87. So in the next one, we get the T2 goo cleaner. So we'll be able to clean the goo faster. So we'll do that in the next one. And then it's a big jump from 5 to 75 to get the next one. So we do know one other area over there. We've got the little hut at the top up there. So we'll go over there the next time and start clearing that area out. And we'll need to keep these purifying things coming for this machine as well to keep everything going. We need to be finding a lot more chests because I need more iridium than I've got. Or I need to find a cave with iridium. But yeah, I think that's a great place to be finishing the first episode. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.